And our local lawmakers also fighting back, especially since Leavenworth is on the list of possibilities to house these detainees. 41 Action News reporter Brian Abel is in Leavenworth right now, where he spent the day speaking to our congressmen and senators.
Well, nearly every Kansas congressional representative came out today condemning the president's plan, saying the people of Kansas stand opposed to transferring any of the remaining detainees from Guantanamo Bay to right here, the U.S. disciplinary barracks on Fort Leavenworth. The president says keeping Gitmo open is a stain on the U.S.'s record of upholding the highest standards of law, and he's had to defend the facility to other world leaders while seeing Gitmo drain resources. But he also acknowledged an uphill battle, saying, "I am very clear-eyed about the hurdles to finally closing Guantanamo." Mainly a Republican-controlled Congress, with lawmakers like Kansas Senator Jerry Moran standing in his way.
The only alternative is to continue the practice that we have. It's a dangerous world, and we ought not take the risk of these issues, this issue of Guantanamo Bay, when the end result is potentially the death and attack on more American citizens and American interests.
And coming up tonight at 6 on 41 Action News, this land here that's just yards away from the barbed wire fence. Hear what the landowner has to say about any possible transfers. For now, reporting in Leavenworth for the Now KC, I'm Brian Abel.
Thank you, Brian. And numerous town hall meetings and outcries from Leavenworth residents and Kansas lawmakers against this plan are nothing new. In December, folks packed a room downtown telling lawmakers to urge the president to keep those detainees in Guantanamo. City officials concerned about security, possible terror threats, and how much manpower it will take to safely secure those inmates. The mayor of Leavenworth also concerned about whether residents will want to continue living in his town.
It's going to affect a lot of people. It's going to affect the international officers that we have here, because some countries have already said that if they come here, they're not sending their students. This is the educational arm of the military here, or the Army. Retirees, it affects them. We have a tremendous amount of retirees, and they stay here because of all the amenities that we have and the fort, and you know, the colleges that we offer up on the post. But
Kansas Governor Sam Brownback has also been very vocal about this issue, telling the Department of Defense last year he would fight any attempt to place detainees in Kansas.
The president's closure plan cited 13 possible transfer sites in the U.S. besides Kansas. There are federal prisons in Colorado. There's one in South Carolina on the list, as well as 6 military bases. In Colorado, one of the facilities being considered is the federal Supermax prison in rural Colorado. City leaders say they are not concerned about who goes in the prison in Florence. There are already terrorists and the worst criminals in the country inside, but they're concerned about who will show up outside.
We really feel like the city of Florence, Fremont County, Canyon City needs to have some dollars included for our police protection. Our community then becomes a much greater risk for terrorism, etc. And if they're going to do this, we really expect some dollars to come to help protect our people.
The Florence police chief told us they have already seen some suspicious people, threats, and propaganda in the last year and a half, as the facility is considered for housing more convicted terrorists and suspects.